Humans can become anything, even a monster. But how does one react to a creature that truly is a monster? Today, we're looking at another series by the GOAT himself, Naoki Urasawa, and asking the question, should you read Monster? Covering a quick look at the plot, style, and art. There's also a fantastic anime adaptation too, which stays incredibly true to the source material, so I'm going to be pulling some clips from that as well. Like with all of Urasawa's stories, there are a lot of twists in this series, so for this video we're going to be staying spoiler-free. Let's crack in. Monster is a seinen serial, 162 chapters long, released between 1994 and 2001. A psychological thriller, but also pulling from a ton of different genres. There's crime drama, mystery, police procedural, medical drama, all weaving themselves into this tale. At its core, a look into the shaping of an identity and the nature of evil. So what actually is it about? We follow our hero, Kenzo Tenma, a respected and very talented neurosurgeon, living it big in Dusseldorf, Germany, 1986. One day he's faced with a choice to keep working on his patient, the young Johan Leibert, or leaving to go and work on the mayor who just came in. Believing all lives are equal, Tenma decides to work on the boy, which leads to the mayor dying. The boy lives, but whoops, he might just have killed 3 of Tenma's co-workers before disappearing altogether.
Big oopsie. No recovery.
9 years later, a new patient of Tenma leads him to a reunion with Johan, and the game of cat and mouse begins. Can Tenma uncover the secret of who exactly this Johan is? Can he acquit himself of the murders 9 years ago? Can he stop Johan before he does something terrible?
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
The overall story is following this chase between Tenma and Johan, uncovering piece after piece about the monsters that is Johan's past. Along the way, pairing up with other people affected by the monster out there. There's secret police, crime organizations, fallout from the fall of the Berlin Wall, wealthy magnates, assassins, underground doctors, innocent children, never-erring inspectors. Monster tells this story where there is more to the world than just the main players. While Tenma just wants to get to Johan, he's not the only one. And more powerful people than him have been pulling strings to try and get the monster's attention. There is a very careful balance drawn between action, intrigue, and advancement to the slow burn of the underlying intentions. Why does Johan do what he does? Why does Tenma? A lot of the series is just sitting there going, what the hell is Johan doing? Uncovering the truth behind Johan's mindset along with Tenma is the journey that we as the reader take. To this series' credit, it pays this off. By the time you get to the end, you understand the whole journey he went through and why he does the things that he does. If you've already watched or read this story, I'd actually recommend this video where he looks particularly at Johan's philosophy. As you go through the series, trying to figure this all out is one of the most engaging aspects. The series doesn't shy away from exploring the darker edges though. People die in this series, and not always because of someone else, even for the women and the children. Again, this works to the series' credit by adding this layer of seriousness and finality to it. This is a story that you should take seriously, especially with some of the heavier themes. What makes an identity? What makes us human? If humans can be made to be anything, could we make them into monsters? If a tree falls in a forest and no one hears it, does it make a sound? These topics will come at you hard and fast in this story. The first chapter alone raises ideas of moral corruption, the value of human life, and setting up this dark, demonic undertone. A tone that, while broken with points of joy throughout the story, retain this sinister subtext the whole way through. In artwork, this is some classic Urasawa. The world drips with realism. The characters all feel like real people. The houses are real. These panels just feel like they could be sketched from actual photographs. This matches so well to the style of the series. As opposed to some of his other works like Billy Bat or Pluto, this world is meant to be the same as ours. There's no sci-fi or supernatural elements affecting the course of this journey. It's just real people going through real life, and these things could happen in our real world. Having 2 characters just sitting down talking makes up the good chunk of this series, and the style just lends itself so well to these interactions. Speaking of Urasawa, the series leads off some of his biggest works. The series comes right before 20th Century Boys, then Pluto, then Billy Bat, which are generally considered his top works, and hell, I've already talked at length about how amazing I think Billy Bat is. You can already see in Monster some of these Urasawa staples coming through. Strong side characters introduced quickly, a broad supporting cast, the Japanese young middle-aged hero, an emphasis on history's secrets held to be revealed at the end, the unexplained evil that the whole series builds to explain. I don't want to call this tropey, more that Urasawa has some very strong strengths, which shine through in his work, and Monster is no different. If you've liked his other stories, you will love this one too. So, should you read Monster? Absolutely. This story has you gripped to your seat from the first chapter. Whether pulled in by the heroic Tenma or the mystery that is Johan, Monster will have you engaged and enjoying every single moment of this series. There's a lot of good twists that feel earned, characters that act like human beings, and a psychological journey that will leave you questioning if human beings can really become a monster. This is definitely a series you don't want to miss out on. If you're interested in some other manga to try, you can check out Billy Bat, another one of Urasawa's greats. I've done a few too many videos on that series, and I apologize in advance if you're listening to them because the audio quality is not great.
CG.
Did an oopsie.
But the content's good, so feel free to go and hit that up. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been CG, and I'll see you G's in the next one.